Hi everyone, Nancy here. It is June 4, 2021, and it is plus 16 outside, a little bit windy, and 61 degrees in US terms. So it's very nice out here, but you do need a sweater. A lot of people don't need sweaters, but I would need a sweater. But most people, I think maybe they don't need a sweater because I don't know. Some people do. I find that most people don't need sweaters, but some people do. I feel the cold fast. Like I can sense the cold a lot more than others. So I would need a little jacket because it is a little bit. You know, it's not that warm. It is warm, but it's not hot. Anyway, okay, now what am I hearing? I'm hearing a metal making noises around here. Anyway, so it's so nice outside and it's cloudy, but it's still very sunny. And the entire city is full of brightly colored green leaves everywhere on the trees. It's so nice. And I feel kind of bad for you guys because you cannot see the people. Well, you can see one person over there. You see one person there walking, but normally when in the winter or in the winter or in the fall, you can't see. I mean, you can see the people because the leaves are not in the way. They're not there yet. So anyway, guys, you know what? I'm just laughing because sometimes things make me. Sometimes it's windy. Sometimes things irritate me so much that I have to laugh. One time I was watching this video on this lady prophet's channel almost 2 years ago, and she had a video on her Facebook channel of this lady who received a blessing, right? She was needing a car. And I don't remember how the story went, but the lady said that she was needing a car and somehow somebody blessed her with a car. They contacted her and they told her that they were going to give her a brand new car. And she was so happy and she was very grateful. And anyway, so the lady was telling the story. She said that she was contacted and she was needing a car, and the person told her that she was going to be given a car, and she was so happy. And then she said, well, I was really needing a car, and I was so grateful. And the person that was giving me the car was actually going to give me a brand new car, but I couldn't take the brand new car. So I told him, I would rather get a used car. And the person who was giving me the car said, no, we want to give you a brand new car. We would rather give you a brand new car. We want you to have this brand new car. But I kept telling the lady, no, I would rather have a used car, right? Since I'm not a greedy person, I would rather have a used car. So then the lady gave me the used car. Okay, guys, now this is how the story went. It was around 2 years ago, so I don't remember, of course, word for word, but this is exactly how the conversation went. And when I was sitting there listening to this lady explain about how she received a brand new car, in the beginning I was so happy for her. I'm like, oh wow, she received a brand new car. Thank you, God, she was needing a car, and she received a car. God spoke to somebody, and that person got in contact with this lady and gave her a brand new car. But guys, in the part of the story where she explained that she refused to take a brand new car because she's not a greedy person, right there, I wanted to throw up all of my innards. Okay? I wanted to throw up everything inside of all of my organs. Organs coming out. Barf. I wanted to throw up. It made me so sick. I was thinking to myself, what is wrong with this lady? She's actually rejecting something that God was giving to her that was in excellent condition because she somehow believes that it's some kind of an honorable thing to God by rejecting what He is giving to her and going for something that's less. Listen, okay? Listen here. This lady was rejecting what God was giving to her. That's called pride. Because she thinks that she can do better by rejecting what God was giving to her, because she thought it was somehow honoring God by receiving something less than what she knew that He was giving to her. Oh, God blessed me with a car, but because she said, since I'm not a greedy person, that's how she said it. Since I'm not a greedy person, I chose the used car instead. Barf. Barf, barf, barf. Blah. That makes me sick. Okay, guys? And the thing is, look, this is what she did. Listen to this, okay? Just listen to this. When God sent the Lord Jesus here on the planet, right? He did the ministry. And then when it came time for Him to be crucified, right? Do you think that God was going to send something lesser than the Lord Jesus Christ to die for us? He didn't send an angel to die for us. He didn't send like one of those creatures up there. There's a lot of creatures that the Bible talks about that exist in the Bible. Like he did not send any other creature up there that's in heaven to die for us, because they're not worth as much as the Lord Jesus Christ. They couldn't pay the price that it took to buy us back, to redeem us. The only situation that could have done that is the Lord Jesus, right? The Lord Jesus is God, right? Right, He is God. So God sent His Son, the Lord Jesus. The Lord Jesus agreed to go. Okay, guys, we are made in His image, which means we have His DNA. We literally have His DNA, right? And the only way to get us back was for the Lord Jesus to pay to get us back, right? So He paid with His blood. His blood was the currency, right? So when He was on the cross, His blood came out of His body, right? Because He was whipped and He was pierced and all that. His blood came out, right? So when His blood was coming out, that was the payment to buy us back, to get us back. An angel could not do that. So do you understand what I'm saying? The Lord God used the best of the best of what He had, right, to give us back. He gave us His best. He gave us His best. He's not going to give us something cheap, like you know what I'm saying, like an angel, which is it. An angel doesn't have the value that the Lord Jesus does. An angel or any of the other creatures, they did not have the value that it took to buy us back. Only the Lord Jesus Christ did. So that's how valuable we are. Do you understand now? We are that valuable. We are now as valuable as the Lord Jesus. You understand? So we are now worth as much as the Lord Jesus, because the Lord Jesus used His blood, which is priceless, to buy us back. You can't place a value on us because of the Lord Jesus, right? The Lord Jesus, you can't place a value on Him. It's beyond what we can imagine. And so this lady, she goes and rejects what God gave to her, which was a better value of a car, to take the cheap thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand the analogy? Like the comparison? God gave us, to buy us back, He gave His Son. He didn't give an angel or any other those other creatures in heaven. He gave us His Son. So this lady, right, was receiving a car that was brand new, not used, in excellent condition, because of what he thinks of her. He thinks of her, highly, because that's his daughter. And she's going to say, like, no, I reject it. No, I'm too humble. I'm too good. I'm too humble. So I'm going to reject what God's giving to me, and I will take the lesser. Disgusting. That's disgusting. Okay, so please, guys, if anybody listening to this has that kind of an attitude, understand through the example that I just gave that what you're doing is disgusting. It doesn't honor God. Imagine imagine yourself, okay? Imagine yourself buying an expensive gift for somebody. You're going to a birthday party or a graduation or some kind of a celebration. And you buy a very nice gift for this person, a very expensive gift. And when you go to the celebration, you give it to the person opens up the gift and they're like, "Wow, this is too expensive. Why did you spend all this money on me like this?" And you're telling them because I wanted to. This is how I feel about you. I want you to take this because you deserve it. And then the person's like, "No, but this is too expensive. No, no, I refuse. I refuse. Please take it back and exchange it for something cheaper." How are you going to feel? You're going to be offended. And you're not going to be offended because you're arrogant. You're going to be offended because they're rejecting something that you chose for them because of how highly you think of them. You know? That kind of thinking where people say, "Oh, it's too expensive for me. I'll take the cheaper one." There's nothing there's nothing honorable about that kind of attitude. It's just prideful. It's prideful, and I don't think highly of people when they have that kind of an attitude. I think low of them. Not low, of course, as in their value as a human being. Their attitude, it stinks. And I don't want to be around them. To me, it's disgusting. You know? So, I have met people like that. You know, I've met people where I bought them something and they thought it was too much, so they refused it. They didn't even want anything lesser. They just didn't want it at all because it was, in their brains, too much. You understand what I'm saying? And even if that thing is not worth that much money, like with money, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's not worth that much money, people will still reject it. Why? Because they don't even believe that they're worthy enough to receive a gift, whatever the value. Because when you give somebody a gift, of course, sometimes it's going to be more expensive, other times it's going to be less expensive. But what they are receiving, what you are giving to them is your heart because of what you feel about them, what you think of them, how you feel about them, you care about them. And when you give a gift, you like to see the joy that comes in a person's, in their face, in their soul, right? You like to see that. You like to see a person's happiness come out when you give them a gift. And it's to me, guys, it's vulgar when somebody rejects your gift. Because you're not giving them a gift to throw them in, like to throw in their face, "Look what I got for you. Now you owe me something. Now you owe me something." No, you're not giving them a gift for them to owe you something, or for you, for like that you're throwing it in their face. You're doing a gesture to show them how much you appreciate them. Sometimes you might be giving them a reward. Maybe they did something, an accomplishment. Maybe they accomplished something that they were working on, that it was so hard. And to reward them, you say, "Here, you deserve this. You take that." Like that. But, guys, I don't like when people say, "No, no, it's too expensive. Give me the cheaper thing. Just give me the cheaper thing." That's just so stupid. There's no need for that. They really believe that they are being an honorable person. They really believe that they are doing the right thing by refusing a gift from somebody. So when I was sitting there watching that video on Facebook of that lady saying, "Well, I refuse to take the brand new car because I'm not a greedy person," right there, I wanted to throw up all of my organs. And I was very I was kind of shocked because the person, like the prophetess that was on this channel, like I mean the Facebook channel. In my mind, I was saying, how could you possibly air this stupid video? Why didn't you point it out and say, look, this is not the way you accept a gift. This is being very ungrateful. This is being arrogant and prideful. I would not even put my guys, if I were that lady, that prophetess, I would never place that video on my Facebook channel. I would never do that. Or maybe if God would have allowed me to, I would have placed it up there and used that video as an example. And I would say, look, this is not the way you accept a gift from God. Okay, because the person in the video who was rejecting the car, okay, they were not aware. They weren't aware that what they were doing was actually rejecting God. They weren't aware of that. They're so self-absorbed that they actually believed they were doing God a favor. They weren't thinking in their mind, well, God heard my request, my desire for a car. He wanted to give me, he answered my desire, and he gave me a brand new car, right? And you know, he gave me a brand new car. He didn't present me with a used car. He gave me a brand new car. This is the kind of God that I have. This is the kind of God that I serve. She didn't think that in her brain. She was thinking about herself and what kind of glory she could get, because the attention was on her. I'm not a greedy person. I, right? The attention was on her. Instead of her saying, look what God gave me. He gave me a brand new car. And I'm going to take it because I wanted it, and he honored me with a brand new car. Right? So the attention, she deflected the attention from what God did for her to what she was like in her heart, her works. I am not a greedy person. That's disgusting. That's disgusting, and it's repulsive. And I think it's a very shameful thing that this prophetess would actually allow a video like that to be aired on her chat, on her Facebook page, instead of teaching people, this is not the way you honor God. This is not the way you thank God for something that he gave you. You know, the person who received the car, it was like as if though they weren't even grateful. They weren't grateful. They had a very disgusting attitude. They were not grateful. They were just giving all the glory to themselves because they wanted people to see how they be. Oops, sorry guys, I moved. I'm holding on to the strap of the. Okay, sorry guys. I'm holding on to the strap of the camera, and I'm, you know, gesturing with my hands, and I accidentally yanked the camera. And so if you saw the camera move, sorry guys. Yeah, the tripod moved. So this lady who received the car was giving herself the glory by telling the world, this is me, this is how I am, this is how I you know, glorify God, this is how I operate on the planet. Look at me, look at my attitude, you know, give me the glory. Barf, yucky yucky barf, ugly, disgusting attitude. Yes, I don't like that. Make me sick. And like I said, it's a shameful thing that this prophetess would actually allow a video like that to appear on anything that she owns. You're not supposed to be associating yourself to things like that. She should have known better. She should have known better. She should have said, this is not the way you honor God. You don't do this, okay? This is repulsive. You are focusing the attention on yourself instead of on what God did to you. Disgusting. Poo-poo. I don't like that. Okay? That makes me upset. Anyways, boys and girls, I'm going to... Oops. Okay, I just kind of hit my elbow on the fence. Not the fence, but the banister. Not a banister. The balcony that's next to me. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go. What time is it? Okay, it is now 4 o'clock. Well, 1 minute to 4 o'clock. And I'm going to stop this now. And then I'm gonna I'm gonna start another. I'm gonna talk. It's gonna be very short. I'm gonna talk about something else, and I will. I'll have the link for you, okay? In the description box. It was something that I saw funny. Something funny that I saw happen on the streetcar. So funny, some years ago. Okay, guys. So thanks for coming. Don't forget to click on subscribe, and then click on the notification bell so that you will be notified for each time that I upload a video. Okay, guys. Yes, thank you. I love you all. Merry Christmas, everybody. Love everybody, love everybody. Muchas gracias por venir. Estoy tan feliz. I said thank you for coming. And what else did I say? I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Yeah. Okay, guys. I love you. Ciao, ciao.